Ooh, it is hot in here, I am sweating, the lighting keeps changing, and my washing machine is running, so sorry if you can hear that. Hello, I am back with another video, and it hasn't even been that long since I made my last one, so go me. So the response on my last video seemed to be that people really enjoy storytime videos, and while my life isn't exactly exciting and interesting at the moment, I do have some things that I think will make good videos. So in this video, for those of you who don't know, I used to work at KFC and I worked there for close to 5 years, from when I was 15 until I left last November when I started working at Mac. And while I was there, a lot of things happened. I can probably make a whole nother video on how I was bullied by management and all of the fucked up things they did to me. In this video, I thought I would talk to you about some customer interactions I had, and how when you work at fast food, no matter what your age is, no matter what you actually are doing with your life outside of that job, whether you are doing anything or whether you just work there, which is totally fine because managers actually get paid quite fucking well. Either way, it makes people think that they can talk to you like you're a piece of shit on the bottom of their shoe. So here are a few of the interactions I had over those years. I can tell you right now that I got yelled at on a regular basis, talked down to on a regular basis, especially when I was a manager. On the phone, people would talk to you like shit all the time, even when you're in the right. These are just a few of the times that stuck out to me and that I can remember. So the first one is a time when I was still a team member and I was working in the drive-thru. So at the KFC I work at, I know a lot of them now have headsets where you just like talk into a box, but at my old KFC you would pull up and it would be face to face at the window still. So I was working in the drive-thru window serving customers. At that point I had worked there for at least 3 years, like a long time. This customer pulls up and she's asking for some meal. She's like listing all the things that the meal has, and it does not exist. That meal does not exist. It has not existed in the entire time that I had worked at KFC. So for the whole like at least 3 years it had not existed. And I know, like, I can still remember the meals now that are there. I can still remember the deals, I know the coupons, I know everything, and it did not exist. I can tell you now. So she's like rattling on and I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, we don't actually have any meals like that. And I'm trying to give her some other options because at KFC you can swap things and change things. So I'm like, you could do this and that, and that will get you like a few of the things you want, and then you can buy that separately. She is not having it. She is like, no, this meal exists, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it does not exist. And then she changes and she's like, well, the manager just gives it to me every time when I come here. I'm like, which manager is that? And she can't name anybody. She doesn't know anybody. And I'm like, well, they're not here right now, so there's nothing I can do. She's like going off and going off and going off. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go speak to the manager. So I go speak to the manager, who is somebody who is another manager covering a shift, so he's from a different store. He comes over, speaks to her, tells her the exact same thing I fucking just told her, doesn't exist, has never existed. He tries to help her, he works out something with her, like some other meal that she's gonna get, and swap a few things. So he's like, okay, all done. Okay, Emily, like, you can finish the sale. So he walks away. So I'm reading the order back to her and I'm like, so this is what you're getting, you're swapping this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, no, I want this, this, and this, and starts stating that original meal again that doesn't fucking exist. She's like, no, I want this, this, and this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you just talked to the manager and he told you what I told you and you agreed to have this. And she's like, look, in Australia we have this saying, the customer is always right. So maybe you should just go back to Pommyland. What the fuck did you just say to me? Like, I couldn't believe what she said to me. If you're not aware, I live in Australia. I'm obviously not Australian, I'm English. I have an accent, clearly. In Australia, they call people from the UK Poms. I don't know where the name comes from, but they call them Poms. So she basically just told me to fuck off back to England because the customer is always right in Australia, even though she was fucking dead wrong. I literally said to her, I was like, you do not get to speak to me like that, and I shut the window in her face, and then I walked away. What the fuck is wrong with somebody that they think that they can abuse somebody like that when they are actually wrong? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I had so many customers over the years who were like, no, this comes with this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I work here. I've worked here for years. It doesn't come like that. How can you possibly think that you're right over somebody who fucking works here? Oh, I hope that woman like choked on that fucking potato and gravy when she got home. Like, I hope she choked. Another time is at this time I was a shift supervisor. I wasn't supervising the shift though, I was just working, and my best friend was actually supervising. And the phone rings, and I love answering the phone because I love that confrontation with the customers, because I'm in the right and I have the power. So I love when they start getting angry because I just fucking hang up. So the phone rings, my friend's like, yeah, you can answer it, and I'm like, yes. And the guy on the phone, he's like yelling, he's like swearing. He's basically saying that like he got the wrong burger or something in his meal, and he's like swearing and going off, and I'm like, look, you can either calm down or we can end this conversation here. Like, I was like offering him a replacement. I was like, I can replace the burger and blah 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 next time you come through. And he's like yelling, and I'm like, well, if you keep yelling at me and swearing, then I'm not gonna do anything. But he eventually calms down and he like apologizes and he's like, thank you, blah 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 blah. So I'm like putting it, like getting his details down to give him the replacement. So I'm getting all of his details down so that I can put the replacement through in the system. So then he all of a sudden says, do you want to know why my meal was wrong? And I was like, yeah, sure. And this is after he's yelled at me, he's calmed down, I'm doing the replacement for him, he's getting what he wants. So he turns around and he says, because the stupid blonde bitch and the F word being a terrible slur used for homosexuals, in the drive-thru, we're too busy talking to get my meal right. Oh, excuse me? I literally said on the phone, I was like, excuse me? And he was like, well, blah, blah, blah. You do not talk about my team members like that, even though it wasn't my shift, but still. And the guy he was referring to was the manager, who was also my best friend, still to this day as my best friend. So I was having none of it. So I was like, you do not speak about my team like that. You have lost your replacement. I will not be replacing anything for you. He starts going off again, and I'm like, no, you listen to me. I was like, I will not have you degrade my team like that. You are not getting anything. And he's like, well, I'll just make a complaint to head office. And I was like, you can make a complaint to head office. You just gave me all your details. So if you make a complaint, I'll be replying back and telling them exactly what you said, and you'll be getting nothing. Goodbye. And I just hung up the phone. Who the hell? Who the hell? You got the fucking wrong burger. You got the wrong damn burger. Calm your shit down. Like, that does not give you the right to go throwing around words like that. And about my best friend while you're at it, no. Another time, there was a lady who was at the drive-thru pickup window. I think she was either getting a refund or she was like getting her burger remade because it was wrong or something like that, and it was taking like a little bit of time. And then the customer in the car behind her starts screaming at her because she's taking up too much time at the window. So he starts yelling at her, and then she yells back because he's like, oh, some people just want to get their food. So she yells back and she's like, yeah, well, so do I. And then I give her a meal, I'm like, sorry about that, and she drives off. He then gets to the window, I hand out his meal, he's smoking a cigarette, which drive-thru is a no smoking area because the window's fucking open. So he's smoking a cigarette, he's just yelled at another customer, and he's very like aggressive. So I hand his meal out, and when I hand his meal out, I'm like, also, just so you know, the drive-thru area is no smoking, so please don't smoke next time. And then I walk away. He then starts mouthing off at the window, and I'm like, excuse me? So I walk back over to the window, and he's like, I want something extra for the wait. And I was like, no, you're not getting anything extra for the wait. And he's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, no, you're not getting anything extra for the wait. Maybe if you actually had a better attitude, I would have offered you something. When you're yelling at other customers and you're acting like this, I was like, you're not getting anything. Also, I told you it was no smoking in the drive-thru, and you're still smoking. And then he takes like a drag, whatever it's called, of his cigarette, and just blows the smoke right into my face and drives off. I've actually never been so angry in my whole life. That is actually assault. Like, I'm not sure if you're aware, that's actually assault. And I just don't understand what's wrong with people, that they think that they can treat people that literally over some fucking fried chicken. Who are you? Who are you? Who gives birth to these people? Why do these people exist? I just don't understand. This gets me really annoyed because I just don't understand how people can be so fucking rude over such a trivial subject. Are you kidding me? It's fucking fried chicken. I'm talking like 40-year-old women and men yelling at 14, 15-year-old kids. What makes you think you're so special and so big that you can actually just yell at fucking kids? You are an idiot. You are dumb. I am actually sweating. It makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. And I have so many people, I still know so many people who work there, and it's so annoying that like they get spoken to like that on such a regular basis. And don't get me wrong, I work in retail, so I get still spoken to like shit on a regular basis, but I don't get yelled at. Right, I'm gonna end this video now before I ramble on for literally 9 years about how much I hate people, and I think the world needs to have like a mass wipeout, extinction, and kill everyone because humans don't deserve to be on this earth. Alrighty, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, soz. Also, still please comment down below what you would like to see from me. I am still open to anything, so whatever suggestions you have, I will probably do. So, oh, my Twitter and Instagram are also linked below if you would like to follow me on there. I can't say I am that interesting, but you never know. You might find it interesting. That's probably all. I am gonna go and change my shirt because I have sweated a bunch from anger and the heat. And I will see you next time. Ciao.